Hello, everyone. Hope you are having a good week. We've made it to Wednesday, and normally I'm feeling pretty upbeat by Wednesday, but I have to admit that today's a tough day. I don't normally spend a whole lot of time watching the news. Normally it brings me down, but sometimes the story gets big enough that it actually even gets to my attention. And this week, I'm sure you've heard, like me, about the earthquake that took place over in Syria and Turkey area. And I just watched a news story on it, and I was just devastated seeing the images and then hearing the numbers of those who have died already, topping 11,000 people. They're guessing that it could go up to 20,000. And my mind just shrinks from numbers like that. And right now saying 45,000 people injured and people living out in the cold. It's just horrific from this earthquake that took place, which seems so senseless. And it made me think, of course, about what the Bible says about earthquakes and Jesus, who talked about them when talking about the time of the destruction of Jerusalem, but then also talking about the time of the end in Matthew 24. Jesus said this in verse 7, "For nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places." So Jesus was letting us know that before it all ends, it's not like it's going to be getting wonderful, 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 and just clear sailing until the second coming. He was letting us know that hard times were going to come. But those hard times aren't the end, he says in verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. I think it's important for us to remember, because when these things happen, yes, that means we're one step closer to the second coming, but it means that this is just the beginning of the sorrow, and we can't just be focused on Jesus coming. We have to be focused on doing the help that we can. And I'm so thrilled that our church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, has a section called ADRA, which provides relief in times like this. And there's a way you can go to give to ADRA that will get help there to the people who need it. And on the news story, I heard there were lots of aid coming from a lot of different countries. And that is thrilling to my soul. That when humans need help, when a devastating thing happens like that, we can come together to help. And some of the images there on the news story were people cheering when they brought someone out of the rubble and saved them. And that was just lifted my heart in such a tragedy like that, to see good happening, to see humans coming together for a common good. And I hope we can do that. And I hope that we'll spend time listening to Jesus, who said, yes, these bad things are coming, but they're not going to happen forever. At some point, Jesus is going to come and put an end to all the sorrow and heartache and pain and sin in this world. But until that day, let's do our part to help, not just across the seas, but yes, we can give. And I encourage us all to think about how we can give to help the people in Turkey and Syria, but how we can give and how we can help even in our little world here in Lincoln, or wherever you happen to be watching this. What are the ways that we can do to help the suffering, to help the pain in our planet? I pray that Jesus will help us to do just that and to figure out what he would have us do in times like this. Friends, I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I hope you'll join us this coming Saturday. I'm going to continue our series in the book of Acts, and I'm excited to share a message from Acts chapter 4, talking about how God transforms us, and the title is called Holy Boldness. So I hope you'll join us for that, either here in person at Piedmont Park or online on Facebook or YouTube. Worship service is at 11. Our Bible study time is at 9:30. And then Saturday night, we have a special event. It's called our Love and Talent Show. So I hope that you'll come to that. I think it's 6 o'clock Saturday evening. Just come for some fellowship, some food, and just thinking about how we can love each other better. Take care, everyone. And let's take care of everyone.